Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Deacon Sharp will never get over Luna Nozoa killing his good friends and employees. However, he is still trying to support Sheila Carter Sharp as she grieves. With the waitress soon to find out about Lee Finnegan's secret, Deacon might spend a lot of time alone. Could he bond with Poppy Nozawa over their mutual glee over the killer's death? Keep reading, and let's talk about what could happen next in the CBS soap opera. Let's begin with Luna's death. As fans know, Lee was the last person left with Luna after emergency surgery. The next thing people know, Luna died in recovery. However, it didn't take long before fans realized their suspicions were correct. Lee once again faked a death and is nursing the patient secretly in a suite. This was similar to Lee doing something similar with John Finnegan. Sheila hasn't been able to say goodbye to Luna. The grandmother was stunned when Lee said the memorial service for Luna had already been handled. Then, she wanted to know where she was laid to rest so she could say a final goodbye. However, the doctor won't tell her anything. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Sheila isn't suspicious of Lee yet, but worried about her. The waitress assumes that Lee taking a leave of absence from the hospital meant she was struggling with Luna's death more than people think. However, the truth is that Lee needs time off to take care of Luna full time. When Lee ran to get medicine and supplies for a comatose Luna, she dropped everything when running into Sheila. Surprisingly, Sheila didn't realize that Lee was clearly stealing medication from the hospital. Besides that, it was clear in Sheila's tone that she was actually worried about Lee. When the doctor wouldn't answer her, Sheila demanded to know the location of her granddaughter. If Lee wants to keep her secret, she might need help. So, it's very possible that Lee might bring Sheila to see a comatose Luna. After explaining, Lee will likely demand that Sheila keep her mouth shut. However, this puts Sheila's marriage to Deacon at risk. What if Deacon turned to someone else, though? The couple are not on the same page about Luna's death. Deacon wants to throw a party while Sheila is grieving. So, he will need someone to talk to who understands his feelings. Could that person be Luna's mother, who was glad her daughter was dead? Los Angeles may be a city of sunshine, but in the world of the bold and the beautiful, shadows have a way of creeping in, especially when grief, secrets, and temptation mix. The latest storm brewing in the Forrester Finnegan Sharp orbit begins with heartbreak, but could end with scandal. The loss of Luna Nozawa, at least the loss everyone believes has happened, has shaken the canvas to its core. Poppy Nozawa is drowning in grief, blaming herself for the distance that existed between her and her daughter before tragedy struck. Deacon Sharp, meanwhile, is struggling to comfort his wife, Sheila Carter, who's spiraling into suspicion and rage. But in their shared sadness, Poppy and Deacon may be forging a connection that neither of them expected, and one that could burn every bridge they've built. It begins innocently enough. Poppy visits Il Giardino late one evening, hoping the familiar hum of the espresso machine and the quiet clink of glasses might drown out the echoes of Luna's laughter in her mind. Deacon, ever the attentive host, notices her red-rimmed eyes and tense posture. Sheila's not herself these days, Poppy admits quietly when he sits at her table. But then, I'm not sure I am either. Deacon nods, understanding the undercurrent. He too is navigating Sheila's unpredictable mood swings, her obsessive fixation on Lee Finnegan, and her refusal to accept the official story of Luna's fate. For Poppy, Lee is a complicated figure, a sister with her own brand of control issues, now the sole gatekeeper of answers about Luna. What starts as a quiet conversation stretches into hours. They speak not just of Luna, but of their regrets, the moments they wish they could rewrite. Deacon doesn't realize it yet, but a dangerous seed has been planted. In the days that follow, their paths cross more frequently. Sometimes it's by chance, Poppy stopping in for coffee, Deacon checking on her after hearing from RJ that she's not doing great. Other times, it's deliberate. When Sheila lashes out at Deacon for not doing enough to help uncover Lee's secrets, he finds himself confiding in Poppy. She listens, her eyes soft, her voice low and soothing. In return, she tells him about her own estrangement from Luna before the accident, how the young woman's trust had been fractured, and how Poppy will never have the chance to repair it. The comfort they find in one another is subtle at first, an extra squeeze of the hand, a knowing glance across the room. But it's enough to make Deacon's pulse quicken, enough to make Poppy question why her stomach flutters when she sees him. The tension between Deacon and Sheila grows. She's spending more time shadowing Lee, convinced that Luna is alive and hidden somewhere. Her obsession leaves little room for Deacon's feelings. One night, after another explosive fight, Deacon steps outside Il Giardino for fresh air and finds Poppy sitting on the patio, her head tipped back to look at the stars. "She doesn't see me anymore," Deacon admits. "She doesn't see what she's losing," Poppy replies. It's the kind of conversation that feels like a confession. And for a moment, they simply look at each other, two people standing on the edge of a decision that could change everything. It happens in the quiet back office of the restaurant. Poppy stops by to thank Deacon for a bouquet of flowers he sent after she broke down at work. She leans in for a hug, and for a moment, neither of them lets go. "Poppy," he begins, but the words fade when she looks up at him. The kiss doesn't happen. Not quite. Sheila's voice rings out from the hallway, calling for Deacon. They pull apart quickly, hearts racing, aware of just how close they came to crossing a line. But the unspoken truth is undeniable. Both of them wanted it. If Sheila suspected tension before, now her radar is fully activated. She notices the way Poppy avoids her gaze, the way Deacon is quicker to defend Poppy when she makes a snide remark. Meanwhile, Lee's erratic behavior is catching more eyes than just Sheila's. She's been spotted purchasing large amounts of medication, and rumors are flying that Luna might not be gone at all. If those rumors are true, and Luna returns, the emotional stakes will skyrocket, especially if she walks in to find her mother tangled in scandal. For Deacon, the question becomes whether his marriage to Sheila can withstand both her obsession and his own wandering heart. For Poppy, it's about whether a fleeting emotional lifeline is worth destroying whatever fragile stability she has left. What no one realizes is that R.J. Forrester has already noticed the charged interactions between Deacon and Poppy. Protective of Poppy because of her connection to Luna, and suspicious of Deacon because of his past, R.J. could become the unintentional detonator of the truth. If he mentions what he's seen to Sheila, the resulting explosion could be catastrophic. The bond between Poppy and Deacon is the kind of connection born from shared pain, but in the B&B world, pain often paves the road to betrayal. The next step is inevitable. Either they pull back, choosing loyalty over temptation, or they give in, setting off a chain reaction that could destroy Sheila's trust, Poppy's reputation, and any hope of peace in the already fractured family dynamic. For now, they're standing on a razor's edge. But one more late-night conversation, one more lingering touch, could tip them over completely. Soap history tells us that the most dangerous affairs often start with the smallest moments: a shared drink, a shoulder to cry on, an innocent hug. Poppy and Deacon may not have crossed the line yet, but their connection is growing deeper by the day. And with Sheila already stretched to her breaking point, it's only a matter of time before suspicion turns into proof. Whether they end up in each other's arms or not, the damage may already be done. In Los Angeles, secrets never stay buried, and bonds built in darkness rarely survive the light. The question isn't whether the truth will come out, it's how many lives it will shatter when it does. If you want, I can also write a follow-up episode script showing Sheila catching them in the act, complete with fiery dialogue and a cliffhanger ending. That would take the drama up another notch. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.